What do you think of kind of the rhythm you found in the fourth quarter? I know you started off with the quick 6 points, no-look assist to Giannis, and then kind of kept that roll in the fourth. Kind of what did you find?
Just was able to get to different type of spots. Like you said, play within rhythm. I thought we had a great pace the whole game to ourselves. We were under control for the most part, even when we were down. And from there, it was just trying to make the best reads, trying to take the best shots. Some of them went down, some of them didn't. But I think overall, the rhythm of the game was there for, everybody, especially Giannis, too.
I mean, there's no doubt that Kevin is just a ridiculous shot maker. But what do you think in defensively? I know you had a long stretch on him. Jrue had him. PJ had him. Giannis had him. Dante had him. Just kind of what do you kind of keep in mind on defense?
I think we did, a solid job on him. He did have 42. I think for the most part, all of his shots were contested. So, I mean, with a score like that, shooting like that, that's what you want to do. And you just got to tip your hat to him when he makes some of those shots.
You mentioned the rhythm that Giannis found. Not every team does this where they decide not to help, right? And they just let him go one-on-one. He always wants to make the right play. What do you kind of tell him to make sure that he keeps attacking it and isn't like, oh, I haven't passed no one, I should pass, when that's kind of what the defense is forcing him to do?
For me, I didn't say anything to him. I'm not going to lie. I mean, you can kind of tell when he's feeling it in his zone. So you just try to pin it in the spots that he wants to be in, giving him the ball where he can make an easy play out of it, and just let him go to work, especially if they're going to let him play one-on-one. I think he's smart enough, he's good enough as a player to know when teams are helping, when he's got a one-on-one matchup. And, I think he has the confidence if, teams going to let him play one-on-one to just dominate like he did.
Malika Andrews.
Hey, Chris. It's good to see you.
You too.
Kevin was just saying that these are the types of matchups where it's just down to the wire and you're playing against the best that he really lives for. I'm wondering if you share that and how does that elevate you when you're on the floor?
For sure. These are the type of games you want to be involved in, and the type of games you want to play. Our last game that we played came down to a missed three by me at the buzzer to, I think, win it. Theirs was, for overtime. So it's been both games have been extremely close going down to the last shot, but like you said, I mean, these are games that are exciting. I mean, of course, you want an easy win sometimes both teams out, but when you're a real competitor, these are the games that, you love to play, you get up for, because, it's just, who's the best team, who's the best players out there.
Thank you.
Stephen Watson.
Chris, kind of building off of that, to have the same team back-to-back games, a team that you're chasing in the standings, what can you learn about today's game that helps you prepare for Tuesday, and how important is it to have this opportunity this late in the season, knowing this is a team that you might see in June?
As far as learning right now, I mean, I think I have to go back. We all have to go back and watch film. I think we'll definitely do it tomorrow. But, it's good to get the first one, but it's hard to win and beat a team 2 times in a row off back-to-back nights. So we definitely got to expect a dogfight. Expect the same type of game where but more physical, a little bit more to it coming from there, and we got to bring it from the start to the finish like we did tonight because, I think it's Tuesday we play. That game's going to be even harder for us.
Jim Ozarski.
Hey, Chris, what can it mean for you guys if I'm not expecting Giannis to shoot 8 threes or whatever, but if there's games where they're going to let him take threes or take mid-range and he's making those shots and it's comfortable, what can that do for you guys going forward to get to where you want to get to if he's making those types of shots? Teams can't just sort of, sag back and let it happen.
I mean, it just opens up the court for, not only himself, but for everybody. When he's playing on the perimeter, a lot of teams like to, sag off him or, build a wall. But he starts knocking down that jump shot. They have to respect him out there. It just creates more driving lanes for everybody else, more space for everybody else, including himself.
Thank you.
Charles Gardner.
Hey, Chris, when you see Durant and Giannis kind of going mano-a-mano like that in a game, that happens in the NBA. But what did you think? Giannis seemed to be just in a rhythm the whole game.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I mean, I think he saw, the one-on-one coverage. And I think he has the confidence, like a lot of guys have confidence that now it's just one guy can guard him or, some other guys out there. So you just want to take advantage of that, and we need him to be aggressive, make or miss. We all thought they were great shots, especially if the team's going to give it to him. He's been putting in the work for over the last couple of years to knock down that shot. Tonight he did, and he has this whole season. So, I mean, we all have the confidence that, if he pulls up from three, if he pulls up from mid-range, any shot that he shoots, we've seen him work on it and make it. So, yeah.
How tough is it to defend Durant?
It's extremely tough. You got a guy that's pretty much the same size as Giannis with unlimited range and will shoot over you. I don't know if Giannis will shoot over people from three unless he has to, but, I mean, you got a guy like KD. He's a guy that would just pull up in your face like you're not there. So all you want to do is just try to contest and, try to change the shot, just hope he misses. And thankfully he missed a little bit more tonight for us.
Back to Eric for one more.
Do you think you threw that alley-oop too high to start the game?
I definitely threw it high, but I knew I was going to throw it high, so I took some heat off the pass, so it will at least come down or drop down for him in the same spot. But I was definitely nervous off the release. It was a hell of a catch, for sure, with the left hand too. Usually he'll come down with those if I throw it too high like that for him, but I guess he had fresh legs at the start of the game to go get it.
Thanks, Chris.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
Hey, Jrue. I realize you guys probably, at the end of the day, would love to have more balance or offensively. Even guys off the bench. I know Jeff got hurt, but the three of you put together a real heavy lift. I think 93 points, 14 assists. Was this kind of an example of what you, Khris, and Giannis can do if asked, if needed, in a big game, big spot like this?
Yeah, I think we're just kind of taking the opportunity to prepare for what's to come. Obviously, we don't know what's going to happen right now in terms of playoffs and seedings and all that, but it's time for us to lock in. So I feel like we did a good job of that today, knowing that at some point we feel like we're going to meet up with them.
What was, the first time you guys played, obviously, PJ was not on the team, and I know it was Kyrie and not James, but seeing how you and PJ were able to play off one another, even Giannis with Kevin and Kyrie, how did that kind of go? Obviously, that's a duo at maybe a different level than some of the other ones you've matched up against since PJ's arrived.
Yeah, I think that that chemistry was still building, but it's great. PJ is active, he's strong, he's aggressive. So just giving KD and Kyrie different looks, I feel like makes the game easier for us. Yeah, KD's going to score and Kyrie's going to score, but you can't give them the same dose of something. So that aggression that PJ gives, being able to switch that versatility between us and Giannis or even K-Mid, I kind of feel like it makes it harder on them. So I think we did a good job of switching today.
Thank you.
Eric, name?
Kind of find the perfect balance in physicality and keeping your hands off with Kyrie. Because I know it seems like part of your goal is to crowd him a little bit to try to make him uncomfortable. But he can be so quick with the dribble that sometimes that could lead to fouls. So how do you kind of try to find that balance?
That's just it. You just gotta. You just gotta switch it up. To be completely honest, you can't give him too much space because he can shoot it and he can shoot it well and at a high clip. You can't crowd him too much because he's quick enough and shifty enough to go around you. So really just trying to be able to play with that balance and make it tough for him. We know that his finished package is nice, and when he gets into the paint, he can hang and he can dish. So we're just trying to make it tough.
I know the other night you said Joel's game is nice. I would say Kevin Durant's game is, man, I don't even know.
Yeah.
For you guys, just the job that you guys try to do with him, you threw, I think, 4 or 5 different bodies at him, 4 or 5 different looks at him. Just what do you think of the job? I know he had 42, but what do you think of the job you guys did on him?
Nah, that's kind of what you have to do. That's kind of what you have to do is make it tough on him. And he's 7 feet with a clip, so. Honestly, you just got to do what you can. Keep your hands back, but at the same time, be aggressive. Any chance you can get to kind of get a hand on the ball or shade them a certain way that for us might be more comfortable, try to get little advantages like that. And I think, for one, PJ being in this game for so long and having to guard him and then me having to guard him, Giannis and K-Mid, I feel like it's not just going to be – it's always going to be tough for him, and he'll get different looks. So between him and Kyrie, and then whenever James comes back, I think we'll do a pretty good job matching up with him.
And then I guess, shoot, I forgot what I was going to ask. I had another question for you, and I totally forgot what it was.
Think about it. Let me know.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, thanks, Jrue. That's it.
All right, cool.
I don't think I have it.
All right,
I'm not-
all right,
I'm literally-
all right. I was making
I'm
sure.
gonna
That's
let
it.
you go.
Just making sure. All right.